Hi everyone. I was just checking in to say hey. Killing a little time before I have supper, and hopefully don't have to evacuate because we have storms moving through, and I'm in an RV. But so far nothing is hitting where I am yet, and I have a place to go when it does. If I can race, if I can race the storm there. Now I'll make sure that I'm not like trying to beat the clock. Um, so I have taken a kind of a down day, sort of an accidental down day, which I don't like accidental down days. I like, okay, I've decided to take a down day. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you know me, you know that this is, I mean, what some people are like, eat your vegetables, and some people are like, exercise. I am take your down day. And especially if you are in a, like quarantine or lockdown, but even if you're not, like at any point it is necessary. Okay, but I'm going to give you a hint. So when you take a down day, okay, there's two ways to take a down day. First of all, you can find yourself sort of accidentally getting nothing done, which is what happened to me today. I didn't get very much done today. I started looking for I started, tracking the pandemic, and I started, and I wanted a new exercise app on Oculus, and then I had to look up keto bread, and I mean, just all this kind of stuff that kind of really didn't get me anywhere fast. Okay, so the problem with that, I mean, it's fine. I literally didn't, my body physically got a chance to rest, but my brain didn't get a chance to rest. Because when you don't declare a rest day, you don't have the benefit of a rest day. Let me put it that, okay, so if you've ever been on call, okay, let's say you're a firefighter or a mom, you know that there is a difference between when you are off duty, like the sweetie has taken the kids out of the house, you literally are off duty, versus when your sweetie says, well, why don't you go take a nap and I'll watch the kids. You're still kind of on duty then. Like you are still responsible. You are still the mom who is on call right there, or you're the firefighter who is just waiting for the buzzer to ring. That's not as restful as saying, you know what, I have Saturday off. Saturday's off. I have nothing to do. Oh, what am I going to do? So you get the reward of the build up to your rest day. Then you get the reward of, I am declaring a rest day. This is my day. And then you get the reward of actually having it. And then you get the reward of, oh, I get to do that again next week. I believe that a day of rest is a gift from the Lord. Man was not made for Sabbath, but Sabbath for man. Because I know that because the Lord knows that there are some of us who are kind of lazy, but some of us who are just going to work ourselves into the ground. And then there's some people who would work other people into the ground, to make just a little bit more money. So I can't encourage enough that everybody take a down day, and I can't encourage enough that you declare it like ahead of time. So, it's Tuesday, say I'm taking mine on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit more difficult on a lockdown situation, because you're still, you're the mom whose kids are still there, and so that's kind of a, it's not a, I mean, not that you don't like your kids, but it's a little bit harder to relax, especially if your kids are young. But this is where you bring out the big guns. This is where you bring out the videos, like schedule their day, like, oh, we're having a cartoonathon, and here's snacks that I made, and cook them beforehand. And then don't let them have them till the next day. Like, cook them the day before and say, nope, this is for down day. And put, say, on the down day, we're to start out the day where you guys make your cushion forts. You can bring in any of the blankets and any of the pillows and any of the cushions and whatever you want to. You're going to watch videos and eat snacks, and I'm going to rest and read a book or get on Pinterest or whatever it is that you want to do. My husband and I the Wonder Sweetie, he's fabulous, we take different down days, because if we're both taking the same down day, then who's going to feed the chickens, and who's going to, and the ducks, and who's going to, take out the dog, and who's going to do blah, blah, blah. So we take separate ones. So he has his down day, which is generally on a Wednesday, and I have my down day, which is generally on a Saturday. Now that we are in separate quarters because of the lockdown, I don't know when he's taking his, and mine, it's so funny because now I don't have any responsibilities. Like I don't have a dog. I have a plant. Actually, I have 2 plants, 2 orchids. And they're not fussy. I just have to remember to water them once a week. So I actually don't have any responsibilities, but I'm not getting the rest from declaring a down day. And so I mean, this is great data. This lets me know, and I'm sharing this with you, that it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if you have people in the house with you. It is still entirely possible to have a down day that's not a rest day. And maybe that's a good distinction. You have a down day where you don't do anything, but it's not a rest day. It's not a rejuvenating day. So perhaps let's call the rest day a rejuvenation day. So yeah, and everybody, like talk to your sweetie about it. Talk to your kids about it. Give your kids a rest day, especially if they're teens, especially if they're stressing. I'm a firm believer in schedules, and not that I follow them, but I believe in them. But like especially in situations like this, I'm like strict bedtime, strict wake time, proper food, meal times and stuff. But I am all about we're taking a day and we're doing nothing. Nothing is going, like, everybody just chill. Whatever you want to do. If you want to sit there and play bubble shooter for 8 hours straight, it's all about the you. If you want to, play video games, or if you want to just sit there and anything that is not illegal or immoral and won't get you exposed, I do it. The only caveat that I would have is if you have and honestly, I'm going to say between like around 10-year-old. Well, it kind of depends on your child. If your child loses his road or her road when they play video games too much, then you're going to have to say, okay, you have your down day, but you can only have X amount of time for video games. There are children who have to have that sort of structure. Because their brain, because video games are entirely too stimulating for their brain, and it's not healthy. It's like drinking too much alcohol, or getting too much sleep or not enough sleep. It really messes them up. So you have to keep them from getting into that stupor. But other than that, yes, cannot say enough about it. Take your down day, your rejuvenation day. And tell your spouse, okay, this is how the cow ate the cabbage. You're going to get one. I'm going to get one. What day you want, you get first pick. And then this is what's expected. Now, moms, I know that a lot of you will sit there and be like, oh, but the house and homeschooling the kids and, cooking and and I have this time, and maybe since I have this time by myself, I should use that on cleaning the house or doing blah, blah. No, you have 6 days to do that. If you have 6 days to do that. This day is only for you, and it is for you for them, because especially with this whole quarantine, everybody's under a lot of pressure anyway. You have to, if you feel too guilty to take this for you, take this for them, because you're going to drive people crazy. You're going to drive them crazy. You're going to drive them crazy if you don't rest. This is not necessarily, it is very much for you, but it's also for your family. So if you do not rest, they can't rest during the rest of the week. Does that make sense? So and it's not because you're not fabulous. You're absolutely fabulous, but you're absolutely human. I'm absolutely human. There's only so far we can go without a rest, and that's okay. That's not laziness. I would also recommend not just sitting there and refreshing Facebook all day. Like, that's not restful. Find something that is rejuvenating. Read your magazine. I get like Victoria magazine or Tea Time magazine. Read that. Watch anime. Read a manga. Something. Do something. Cross stitching. Whatever. Bake bread. work in your garden, play video games, whatever makes you rejuvenated, do that. Yes, and I am learning my lesson. No, okay, so now I do have, I'm gonna take myself out from under the bus that I just threw myself under. And I was absolutely, I downloaded Box VR, and so I was gonna play it for some exercise. And yesterday, okay, so I'm trying to do 50 push-ups by the time I'm 50, like in a row, not like one today and maybe one another, 2 weeks from now. No, like actual 50 push-ups in a row. So I was doing a little bit okay with them, and then the other day I was doing pike push-ups because I want a little bit more exercise or a little bit more tricep work as opposed to the shoulder and the bicep. And then I looked up because I was like, well, is this like cheating push-ups, and so I looked it up. No, it's actually good. The problem is that then I learned how you're supposed to do push-ups with the proper form, and so I tried to do that, and I tried to do that several different ways, including the pike push-up, and I totally jacked my shoulder, and now it hurts. Like the longer the day's going, the more I'm like, oh. So like even keeping it on this armrest. And I think another thing is I keep on like lifting myself, except for with the shoulder, lifting myself up on the chair, and I have a boo-boo, so I can't play my Beat Saber and I can't play my Box VR, and so I'm like, okay, if I keep it really still and just keep on hitting refresh on my on Facebook, which then maybe it'll heal enough for me to play tomorrow. Let's see what else is going on. I think that's kind of about it. It is hot, it's muggy, I love it. I love heat and humidity. Oh, those of you who know me, I am just sitting here in the RV. It's 80 degrees in the RV, and I'm like, oh, it's so nice. I could make it colder. It's not, the place has fabulous air conditioning. I just don't do it because why? It's fabulously warm and comfy. It's like a sauna. So yeah, I am just going to probably let you go for now. I don't really have anything brilliant to say, which never actually has stopped me before, but now I can't even think of non-brilliant but still useful things to say. So I'm going to say goodbye to you for now, and I want to tell you that I love you. Be careful. Say your prayers. If you're in my area, be very careful with the weather. Be very careful going out. We have possibly some people who might have, that we know, who might be infected. And so, if you're listening to this, please pray for them. And know that if they are, it's out in the community. And there was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So, what was it? Oh, be careful with the weather. Be careful if you have to go out. And know you are loved. And I'll talk to you later.